Chris Waddle.
Oh, you're kidding me. September.
Kyle Lafferty.
Are you joking me?
Is that right?
I know, it's not right.
Anybody else?
Leash, was it?
Like, that is one of the most stupid questions.
Darius Vassell?
Seriously, you all need to just stay quiet. This is getting really annoying doing this quiz.
What is going on here?
Welcome along to the shoutiest segment on Irish radio. It's the scintillating, it's the stupefying, it is the splendido crappy quiz. Every Friday we pit three of team off the ball up against each other in a no-holds-barred quiz of sporting factoids at the end of the week. Allow me to welcome today's contestants. Our first contestant today has got the cheese board ready, the Cabernet Sauvignon uncorked, and the kids sent off to the childminders not to be seen again until Sunday. It's All Blacks weekend, and he's not going to stop sipping on that red until the boys get the job done tomorrow night. Give it up for the Athlone Bone, Adrian. Who's your daddy, Barry?
That's nothing I'd love more, but I'm actually going to the match, so there won't be any wine or cheese boards, to be honest. It'll be pints all the way.
Nice. No wine at the Aviva Stadium for you?
I don't really like to have wine when I'm out and about like that.
Right.
Sort of lose the run of yourself a bit on, yourself.
On Twitter?
You know the feeling.
Could be posting tweets.
Well, if I'm saying tomorrow that this is possibly the best team that we've ever seen, I'll be all right. Even though I might be sort of misquoted for years to come, I'll be happy with that.
Our next contestant today is waltzing back into the quiz like Stone Cold Steve Austin with 2 cans of beer. He's been running laps, skipping rope and punching meat in his preparation for his comeback, ready to bring a whole world of trivia pain to your life. It's Nate Dog Murphy.
He's been what?
The what now?
Welcome back to the quiz, Nathan.
Thank you. I've watched on and well, some of it was embarrassing. Last week, Owen, I never thought you would be missed. Of all people who would be missed, but dear God, it turns out they are reasonable sized shoes to fill.
Wow. Shots fired.
That is the nicest thing anybody's ever said about me. Our last contestant today has been ditched by Shane Lowry's grandmother as Offaly's greatest sports person after getting hammered by Phil the Power Egan in last week's quiz. From the pride of Offaly to the shame of the Midlands, it's Will Walk and Roll O'Callaghan.
Morning, lads. Yeah, beaten by Phil by 1 point last week. A real hammering, all right. I just hope there's no more questions about American rounders this week. There were far too many baseball questions last week. And I think this is my 3rd week in a row in this programme. And each time we've had the Atlanta Braves come up. So I'll be happy if in 15 minutes' time the Atlanta Braves are not a question at some point in this quiz.
Is your Twitter bio under threat?
Yeah, seriously under threat. But look, in fairness, once a champion, always a champion. I can always just leave it there for a while. Like, I don't think if you lose on a particular week, you're not a crappy quiz champion. I think that's there forevermore.
It's true. Nobody can take it away from you that you won a crappy quiz that wasn't contested by Nathan or Phil. Anyway, as ever, the format is a classic crappy quiz with a series of questions on a range of themes. It's on to the slip and slide of trivia after that, which is the rapid fire round. You can, as ever, podcast the crappy quiz on the OTB Sports app. And if you're watching on YouTube, we'd love if you gave us a thumbs up. Please send any questions you have via postcard to Crappy Quiz Quizmaster, Off the Ball Towers, Marconi House, Diggs Lane, Dublin 2. Round 1 is the boring questions round, never multiple choice. Adrian, question 1 for you. Can you name any player not called Ronaldo or Messi to have won the Ballon d'Or at least 3 times?
Gonna say... there's 2 names in my head, Owen. Could I throw them out there?
You may as well reel through the answers here. That's a mode of...
Ronaldinho being one.
And who's the other one?
Pavel Nedved.
It's Nedved versus Ronaldinho in your head, is it?
Whoa. I haven't given any answer.
Who pressed that button?
Whoa. Hang about. I mean, I now know I need to go for someone else, but
Give us a final answer here.
Do I need to go for someone else?
What's your final answer?
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's not Pavel Nedved because let's assume that buzzer was for that. Do I need to go in another direction? I'm going to go for Zinedine Zidane.
No, you were wrong with all 3 of them. There's 3 people.
Nedved was a bizarre answer, wasn't it?
Yeah,
he is a former winner, Nathan.
He did win it once. Platini, Cruyff and Van Basten are the 3 who've won it 3 times, other than Messi.
Jojo tried to help me out there, even though he's not even on sound this morning.
Nathan, question 1 for you. Which 2 clubs jointly hold the record for the most relegations from the Premier League with 5 each? One club is currently in the Premier League, one club is not.
Watford?
No, we can give the buzzer there straight away. That's incorrect. West Brom and Norwich are the two teams that have been relegated 5 times. Will, question 1 for you. If Stephen Kenny was the Ireland manager for Ronaldo's most recent appearance in Dublin, who was the Ireland manager the last time the national side faced Lionel Messi?
That's a
Giovanni Trapattoni?
Correct.
That's a very easy
exactly.
question.
And even if you didn't know the answer, you've only got like 2 or 3 options to choose from.
That was like Messi's only played against Ireland once.
Like, look at the range of
The first game at the Aviva Stadium.
But like,
narrow answers that I had.
yeah.
That's
for me, it could
outrageous.
have been Stan, it could have been Martin O'Neill.
This
could
is
have
Well,
been
the
McCarthy.
Aviva Stadium wasn't built when Stan was
But
there.
not everybody remembers that it's the first game at the Aviva Stadium.
is
you
the
know?
sort
Literally everybody remembers it's the first game at the Aviva
Okay,
Stadium.
well, I didn't remember it was the first game at the Aviva
It's the
Stadium.
sort of bullshit you wouldn't have
you were about 4.
gone under my watch, Nathan. You're giving
No,
out about it
no.
earlier on, I can tell you
I
that.
apologise, Adrian.
Round 2, Will is 1-0 up. Is the scoreless draw. I just didn't get a ticket. I wasn't living in Dublin at the time. I didn't go to that
It's a
match.
joke, Owen. You do know that. You know it yourself anyway.
Round 2 is the scoreless
Come on, you've seen the
draw.
picture of Kilban going straight through him.
After Portugal joined a long list of teams that Ireland have hammered 0-0, this round will test your knowledge on all the other teams that have fallen victim to one of the Republic of Ireland's favourite scorelines. Adrian, can you name the last team Ireland drew 0-0 with at a major tournament?
Bum, bum, bum. Is it Sweden?
It is not Sweden. You forgot Wes Hoolahan scored a goal that day. It was 1-0. Anyone?
Norway?
Norway, bang on, yeah. USA 94.
It was Scandinavian, all right, yeah.
Nathan, question 2 for you. Richard Dunn's heroic performance in Ireland's 0-0 draw in Moscow was the highlight of Ireland's September 2011 international window. It was just one of 2 0-0 draws in that window. Who else did they play out a scoreless draw with?
It was qualification for 2012, was it? Right.
Yeah. Who are you thinking?
I'm thinking Slovakia, but I just don't remember that being a scoreless draw.
Give us a cycle, Nathan. Come on. It's been a couple of weeks since we've had a cycle.
Just trying to think through the other teams that were in that group. So that was when we beat Estonia, was it? In the playoff. There's a bit of knowledge for you, Adrian.
Just a bit.
Don't need
Does
to
the
push you
playoff
for an
count?
answer. Who are you going for?
Is it during that entire campaign?
What?
No
Estonia?
clues now, no clues.
It was the same window as done in Moscow. There was another 0-0 draw in that week. Who did they draw 0-0
Okay.
with?
Okay, so it wasn't Estonia. Say Slovakia.
Correct.
Oof.
It was
Still
Slovakia.
beat Slovakia. Disgrace.
Will, question 2 for you. The final game of the Steve Staunton era was a 1-1 draw with Cyprus, but his second last result was a creditable scoreless draw against which European superpower?
So that was 2000.
A lot of silent pondering going on this morning on the...
Yeah,
What was
I'm
the
trying to think
question again?
The question again is,
Yes.
what was the penultimate game of Steve Staunton's reign? It was a scoreless draw against a European superpower. Which country?
Which worries me slightly that it was possibly a friendly as opposed to a qualifier, because I'm trying to think of the qualifier campaign that they played in. Sweden?
It was not. Anyone remember?
Wales?
No.
Germany?
Germany. Yes, indeed. A 0-0 draw in that.
I
So
thought you were being counter-ironic with your European superpower there.
no, it was that would
No
have
trick
just-
questions in the
No
crappy
trick
quiz.
question. Yeah, we're playing, as you can, everybody at home can tell, but the amount of fun we're having here, we're playing at a very straight edge this morning. It is Nathan 1, Will 1, Adrian 0. Round 3 is the Ireland versus the All Blacks round. The All Blacks back in town and back on the pints, and this round will test your knowledge on a storied history between Ireland and the New Zealand rugby team. Adrian, in which city did the 60-0 demolition of Ireland by the All Blacks take place in 2012? Oh, that's a big sigh. That is a big sigh. It suggests to me that it's in there somewhere, but it's not close to the surface.
The options are.
Thank you.
It's not going.
Fill
to
the
be,
void of silence, please.
It's not going to be Auckland.
It is not going to be Auckland. Okay. What is it going to be?
It's going to be most likely, but not my answer yet, Wellington.
Okay. So, and how are you going to arrive at your final answer?
Well,
Because
they
we are
tend
on
to
the
play a
clock
lot more games at the Cake Tin, so I'm leaning that way.
Okay.
I've Dunedin as a live option, and I've Christchurch as a live option.
Great. Now, give us your final answer.
Can you name anywhere else in New Zealand?
He's named every city in New
Otago.
Zealand.
Adrian lived there. Did you know that?
I'm going to go with Wellington.
It's not Wellington. It's Hamilton.
Oh, Hamilton!
Hamilton.
Didn't even cycle through it. Did you even know that there was a place called Hamilton?
Yeah, it's like just south of Auckland, in fact, yeah.
Damn it. Nathan, in what year other than 2019 did Ireland and New Zealand meet at a Rugby World Cup?
It's the Gary Halpton game, isn't it?
Like, again, anyway, it's
What?
a much more straightforward. The options are just more finite than name a random city in New Zealand.
There's a finite amount of cities. Clearly in
We've
Europe.
already established that there's about 10 options there, whereas this is like, narrow it down.
What year was that?
Gonna need a bit of pace in the
95.
thinking here. 95, correct.
Did he, is that what he said?
He did, yeah.
Yes.
The Wi-Fi kind of broke up there. I thought
He
he
said
99.
He said 95.
No,
And
95.
Will, to open up a 2-point gap on Adrian, who scored New Zealand's final try and their last gasp win against Ireland in Dublin in 2013?
Ryan Crotty.
Oh,
Sure,
that
that's
was
an
pretty-
absolute
I mean,
gimme.
Is
This
it a
lad
gimme?
keeps getting
The
like
Will
2 years.
Callahan
Easiest-
loving
easiest
is a
question of that round by
disgrace.
a distance.
Are you kidding me? Ryan Crotty
No,
has
Will,
like dined
Will.
out on that. That's been Ryan Crotty's career.
Well, you've got to say that was a very tough question because it's all about the kick at the end and nobody actually remembers who actually scored the try before the kick.
Oh, they do.
Well
Everybody
done, Will.
remembers.
That was a really
Back.
tough question and you nailed it.
Cheers on.
Remembering when Ireland played the All Blacks at the World Cup and remembering where they got their worst ever hammering in the history of Irish sport are probably also right up there as well.
Hamilton,
Adrian.
as you said yourself. Did anybody know that's a city?
I was just being ironic. Round 4 is the Fun Free Magic number round. Contestants get 3
Whoa,
points
whoa,
to get the
whoa,
number
whoa.
exactly right. Yeah.
Where's the
Where's
only
Parcel
enjoyable
Person?
round of the entire quiz gone?
I didn't do it this
nonsense.
week.
It got very confusing last week, lads. I won't lie to you.
What?
We'll do it every second week, every other week. Keeps it fresh.
He was at the game last
dear.
night. And he had a few pints. He didn't have time to do it.
That new round is the easiest one to write. In fact,
it?
I actually
Were you in the prawn sandwich brigade last night?
no.
He was in Let's Have a Lot of Pints Brigade last night.
There was no prawn sandwiches where I was sitting. Round 4.
Just before it comes up, I don't have a pen to hand, so blank page on. I have blank page here.
I'm
before
putting it on my phone.
Grant. When we know how this works, contestants gets 3 points for getting the number exactly right. If no one manages that, the nearest contestant who doesn't go bust gets 2 points. The second closest gets 1 point. I'm going to say that we can only accept the answers that's typed up on your laptop or written on your paper. So if you don't mind, give us the following number. The number of times Ireland have avoided defeat against New Zealand in a rugby test match, plus the number of goals the Republic of Ireland have scored in this World Cup qualification campaign, plus the number in the FIFA World Rankings that the Republic of Ireland occupies, plus the number of Football All-Irelands won by Down. Your 30 seconds expire when Sinatra sings Bright Shiny Beads. So, how many times have Ireland not lost to New Zealand when they've played them in rugby? How many goals have Ireland scored in this World Cup qualification campaign? Where are Ireland in the world rankings? Need that number. And then finally the number of Football All-Irelands won by Down. Add them all up. One you again. Adrian is finished.
I have another shot to roll my hair.
Nathan, we'll go to you first.
62.
Will?
Yeah, I have 62 written as well.
62. Adrian?
48.
No, it's not. It's 67. So the two boys get
Point each.
a point each. So yeah, it's 3-3-0 after that. Let's go through them. Ireland have avoided defeat against New Zealand on 3 occasions. The 2 wins and then a draw in 1973. Ireland have scored 8 goals in this World Cup
9.
qualification campaign. Ireland are 51st in the world rankings.
That's
and
good.
Down have won the All-Ireland 5 times, which brings your total to 67. And Adrian, you're tailing behind
Did
here.
either of these clowns have those numbers actually correct? It sounds like they didn't. Nathan.
Well, I had the first one and the last one.
Quick
That's
tiebreaker.
not the competition.
Quick tiebreaker to decide who goes first. Nathan, How many Irish caps does Paul McShane have?
McShane, I would say he has about 42.
42. Will?
35.
Will goes first. It's 33.
God, fair play to you, Will.
Hello.
I have to say, hats off. You didn't go for the old.
didn't go for the
one
higher or lower.
number. Fair play.
Right, we are on to the final. Our winner tonight will be decided in the
McShane
round.
was robbed, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. In the round that separates the men from the boys, the Shane Duffys from the Shane McMahons. It's no theme in particular, ridiculously easy rapid fire round. The score you get in this round will be added to your score from the previous round. 40 seconds for everyone to answer from the same set of questions. So we start with Will, then on to Nathan, then on to Adrian. If you get a question correct, I keep asking you questions until you get one wrong. And we move on to the next person, and your incorrect answer will also mean the deduction of a point if you get one wrong. So, Will O'Callaghan, going for 2 wins in 3 weeks. Are you ready?
Yeah, go for it.
40 seconds starts now. What club does Henrik Mkhitaryan play for?
Roma.
Correct. Who is the Celtic manager?
Ange Postecoglou.
Correct. Who are the reigning senior men's football All-Ireland champions?
Tyrone.
No, club.
Oh, sorry. Corofin.
Correct. What position are Arsenal in the Premier League?
8th.
5th. Which league are Bradford City currently in, Nathan?
League One.
League 2. What team has Joe Schmidt agreed to coach?
Blues.
Correct. In what year did Chris Froome last win the Tour de France?
2018.
17. Who won the Open this year, Will?
Oh, God. Matsuyama?
Colin Arakawa. Which NBA team does Luka Doncic play for, Nathan, to tie this thing up?
Oh, wow.
Oof.
Rapid fire. Rapid fire, Nathan. Quick. Doncic plays for who?
He's not even sure what
Quick.
sport you're talking about here.
Dog, it has to be quick.
I
fire,
got
come
to
on.
go for the Bulls. I know it's
It's
not the Bulls.
not the
but-
Bulls, no. So that leaves you with...
Who does he play for?
He plays for Dallas Mavericks.
Atlanta Braves, no?
The Atlanta Braves. Will O'Callaghan, you get to 4 points. Nathan, you're back to 1. Actually, it was pretty comprehensive in the end with the negative point. So, Will O'Callaghan, you're back.
I've redeemed myself, Owen, yeah. 2 out of 3 ain't
Those
bad.
questions to start were ridiculous. And also, can I ask, how did I end up having to go first in the tiebreaker?
Because that's just the way it is.
Yeah, that's you first.
That changed the entire dynamic.
It did. It's just the way it is. That's what happens when you're at the top. People
It's
just
a lot
want to
of
knock you down.
It's a load of
Use it
bollocks.
as inspiration for next week, then.
Exactly.
To be fair, I will say it was a poor quiz from Nathan. Not the fact that he didn't win, but more just we didn't get enough cycle of shite out of him. Normally you get much more than that.
Well, congratulations, Will O'Callaghan. Have a great weekend. Thank you for being with us here on the Crappy Quiz.